Hi guys. Shoulder clicking. Here's 3 common muscle culprits and 3 steps to stop the clicking. There's 3 major muscles that are commonly responsible for muscular imbalances in the shoulders. Now, there's a variety of them, but commonly due to poor posture, these 3 that I'm going to share with you right now are the most common culprits for muscle stiffness, causing excessive tension that misshapes the shoulders so that when the shoulders move, they're contributing to snapping, popping, clicking. And so what I'm going to share with you here in a moment is exactly what to do with these 3 muscles to essentially reduce and, for many, eliminate and stop that clicking forever. My name is David Saldivar, Corrective Exercise Specialist. Through my own experiences, my own injuries, I've obsessed in how to fix myself. I've helped hundreds of others achieve the same goals in a variety of areas of their body that needed help, and I'm here to help you guys as well. Let's begin. So there's 3 major muscles that are contributors to causing dis-ease or discomfort in the shoulders. And a lot of times when we sit in these, poor posture positions, we're here for a long period of time, we might, have this rising of the shoulders or the upper trap, or overloaded movement patterns over time at work causes these muscles to become overactive and shortened, which then would take that arm relationship to the shoulder relationship, that would sort of create this budding of the humerus, which is the arm bone, and as it sits inside the shoulder capsule, it kind of butts against the capsule whenever you're raising your arm up overhead or lateral raises. And so we want to eliminate that. And we want ideally to have this humerus, this arm bone, to move and to maintain this central position, right? As your arm moves up and down versus as you move your arm up, it catching or butting against that shoulder capsule. So here's what we need to do. We need to reduce that overactivity of the upper trap, which is common, or even the levator scap. I said upper trap, but the levator scap, upper trap. But we're going to focus today on the levator scap, which is, a muscle that we want to, inhibit, loosen, because it's commonly extra stiff. Pectoralis, the minor and the major, as we reduce the overactivity of these muscles along with the the latissimus dorsi, which is responsible for bringing the arm up overhead. The pectoralis is responsible for bringing that arm back in the short lever or long lever. And then this upper trap here is responsible for turning the head, and that levator scap is tied to the scap and into the cervical spine. So you can see how this is all related, right? Now, the first step you're going to need is a lacrosse ball. Even a foam roller will be fine, or if you have a percussion gun, even better. But let me demonstrate what you're going to do. If you have a percussion gun, this is perfect. Now, I use the Hypervolt, amazing, very strong motor, but I'm just going to turn it on. You're going to hit this levator scap, and it ties in again to the cervical spine, but it into this bring my hand behind my shoulders. You'll see that when that scap bone, the wing, it ties in there into the neck. I'm going to just take this gun and run up and down that muscle, okay? Now I'm going to roll over it in different directions. You're not going to put a lot of pressure into it, about 30 to 60 seconds in, or any time rather, really. You're just going to turn your head and just add some movement. And as you feel the stretching in this tack and movement method, you can continue for 4 to 6 movements within that session. Specifically, again, turning the head down turning the head down and out, and just, you know, ear to shoulders, and seeing which one of those movements give you the most stretch. Continue that for, again, 4 to 6 movements or so, and then repeat that for about 2 to 3 minutes in total, and using this percussion gun method. You can also take a lacrosse ball. Let's see, I don't know if I have one, but here, I'll use the head of my percussion gun. Just imagine that this is a lacrosse ball. I can take this ball, put it on my upper trap, or excuse me, my levator scap, I keep saying that, put some pressure onto it, and roll over that muscle. Roll over that muscle. You can create different direct movement, rolling patterns, rolling over the top, posteriorly and then anteriorly. But again, just kind of tacking and then turning the head down and out. Tacking, turning the head down and out. You can also take this and pin it against the corner of a wall. So the corner of the wall will be here. Let me demonstrate over here, actually. Take this, put it on a wall, and then just kind of lean, here, turn, I'll go to this side. So you can see my shoulder. I'm gonna tack it here, right? Just that levator scap. I'm gonna move the ball up and down that area. So I'll just put a little pressure into it and hold it. Put some pressure into it, hold it. I can move my body up and down, side to side, allowing that ball to really roll over the areas that are tense, overactive, and you'll feel it. When tissue feels abnormal, then it's abnormal tissue. You need to spend some time desensitizing those areas. So after a little while, you can do the same thing we did on the percussion gun. You can tack it and just turn the head. Once you find that first point of stretch, you return, repeat the process for 4 to 6 reps. Spend no more than 3 minutes or so on that levator scap on both sides. The next muscle we're going to focus on is the latissimus dorsi, which ties into the ribs and into that, kind of runs up and down this whole system here. Okay, it kind of rolls. You want to roll, posteriorly. I like to sit side to side, and then again you can use this gun. Raise your arm, just kind of roll over that lat. Take your time, don't rush this process. Okay, so we'll spend a couple minutes here just working on that. Whenever you choose, add some movement. Let me turn this. Okay, so you can also start creating movement patterns, which you're going to want to raise the arm up overhead for this specific muscle. Okay, and all we're doing is we're trying to, again, reduce that tension, that overactivity, so that the muscles don't force the arm in this dysfunctional position. It allows the arm to settle into a more neutral position and sit in a better position of, that shoulder capsule. A lot of times when we're overactive, it just kind of sits forward or anteriorly, and we don't want that. So you can hit this guy for a couple minutes or so, and then 4 to 6 reps of raising that arm up overhead. Do not rush this process. Do both sides. Once again, you can take your lacrosse ball or tennis ball, put it on the wall or even the floor, but I'm going to show you the wall for now. It's just a little more convenient. And in other videos, I'll show you how to use this, on the floor, etc. So, at the end of this video, you want to just follow, subscribe, so you can check out those other videos. But I'm going to hit this spot right here, put it on the wall, attack that spot where I feel that muscle, and just kind of roll first. Just going to roll side to side. Don't rush the process. Not too much pressure, just enough. Okay, breathe into it. Exhale, allow it to, really stretch that area out. Then add some movement. Boom. Right, raising that arm up overhead. Bring that ball up. 4 to 6 movements, and either section, just moving up and down that lat. You repeat that for a few minutes, and do both sides. Okay, the final muscle today I'm going to show you guys is the pectoralis. Now this one again, I'm going to show you the percussion gun, and then I'll show you how to use it against the wall or even the ground. This whole pectoralis, pectoralis minor and the major. You're going to hit this for couple to a few minutes, same thing. And then whatever you choose, you're just gonna bring that elbow back. You can do there's a short lever press position, and then a long lever press position. So any of these is ideal. Okay, just mixing it up, just working around this whole pectoralis and creating movement patterns, bringing the elbow back, nice and slow. Don't rush it. A lot of times you'll find right here in the corner, it's extra stiff. If you've got rounding of the shoulders, anterior rotation of the shoulders, this is a common area. So we're gonna bring this arm straight back. You can see that I'm trying to raise my shoulders. You don't want to raise your shoulders, but for the sake of the video and seeing my arm, I'm gonna move back here. Okay, bring that arm straight back. Okay, maintain good posture. We'll repeat this for a couple to a few minutes. Repeat that on both sides. And again, you can take the ball, cross ball or a softball or a basketball even, and put it up against the wall, place it there. Same concept, just pull that elbow back after you've rolled around for a little bit, right? So typically I'll just put it on the wall, kind of roll side to side, up and down, so that ball is moving over that tissue. And you want about 1 to 2 second rolls over any specific muscle. Okay, let's keep that in mind. We don't want to, push tissue past normal restriction. Be respectful, be cautious, and considerate of tissue restriction. Okay, so put up against the wall. I'll use Bob just first because it's right here. I'll take my ball, put it into the wall or the object, and then just kind of pull my elbow back. I'll turn over here. Just pull my elbow back after I've rolled around. So I'm shifting side to side, up and down, and then pulling that elbow back. Thanks, Bob. Appreciate your support here. And then 2 to 3 minutes, guys. And what that is going to do, again, is going to allow these to relax, to loosen, and allow, number one, better movement of the arm. But ideally, it's because that reduced tension is allowing the arm to settle and sit into neutral position. Now, that's the first phase to a corrective exercise strategy in fixing your shoulders. Check out the next step to lengthening, activating, and adding integrated dynamic movement patterns to really take your shoulder health and shoulder functional movement to new levels, to move better, feel better, perform better, and just ultimately have greater quality, healthier shoulders. David Saldivar, Corrective Exercise Specialist, your coach. I'll see you guys in the next training video. Check it out, subscribe. See you guys then. Make sure you comment as well. Aloha.